Hello, people. Good day. Hi,
Hi,
everyone.
Aurora.
Good evening. Hello.
Hi, how are you? It's a pleasure to see you.
Oh, it's a pleasure to see you too. I am very good, thank you. How are you?
Fine. I'm really fine, and I'm thrilled that we can have this conversation about your new record, about the things that are going on your life. Uh, how are you feeling right now, and where are you right now in this moment?
This moment, I am at home in my apartment. As you can see, I still have my Christmas tree up because I love Christmas. Yes, I'm home in Bergen.
I'm thinking that many people would like to have their Christmas tree in this time of the year, but uh, for some circumstances we can have it. But how do you can describe your music as a Christmas present?
Oh, I would say it's a very surprising one. It's one of those gifts who looks maybe small, maybe, but then you open it and there is something really large inside. Because my music is it's a lot. It's a lot of my music is just all the music.
I would think that all your music is like a celebration. You are like in a party, a constant party, and you like to share it with your audience and with your fans. How do you describe this new record and this kind of party if you have to compare it with the other ones?
Well, my this album is very extrovert. A lot of my albums are very introverted and kind of a bit more shy, but this album is not shy at all. It's very outgoing. It's very confident. It's quite sensual as well, and very um I don't know. I feel like this album is a very big celebration of yourself as a human being. It's an album I want all of us to dance to and cry to, and I don't know. Use this opportunity to celebrate who you are, just how you are, and to not be ashamed for the things that makes you you.
I'm thinking about maybe this kind of celebration and being extrovert and being more sensual could be like a consequence of the lockdown on the pandemic. Many people wants to feel and to share these kind of feelings after being locked down for a long time. How do you feel about that?
Um, well, I think the lockdown has definitely done something to us and to the world. Some things bad and some things maybe a bit good. Because the world had a really high tempo, and I don't think that was good for a lot of people either. But it seems like no matter what we do, there's always a lot of people that still are unhappy. So it's still a problem we have to solve in this world, I think, because the world is not doing good enough for all of us yet. But I think good times are coming ahead. I think we have a lot of adventures in front of us because the world will really feel it when things are finally going back to normal or a new and better normal. Who knows? But I feel like we have some amazing times ahead, and I'm really excited for the future. I think it's gonna be. I think the best is yet to come.
I like this concept of better normal. How do you imagine with your music this better normal?
Um, well, I think the world has so many people in it, and I do my best to reach out to some people and to myself. I've kind of found a home in many people out there through my music, and they have found a home in my music because, and it's very meaningful and it's very deep. Even though the world can look at the fan base and go like, oh, they are, they're crazy, but it's actually very deep because it's a huge and very important connection that we have. And I feel like this connection that we remember that we are here together on this earth is very clear when I see my fans when I do shows. When I look at the world through the eyes of music, I can see very clear how connected the world is. But I feel like the world sometimes forget that we are connected because we divide ourselves and we think that we are unalike and different, but we're all the same and we are more connected than we think. And I hope that we'll find a way realize how that we should coexist more, you know.
I can understand that, and I think that is very wise of this kind of thinking for a person so young. You are really young, but also a part of your fans are this kind of young, and I would think that if we can export and we can experience this kind of thinking, will we be in a better world. How do you feel that your music could be like an ambassador of this kind of connection?
I feel like my music is much bigger than me, and I love to see my music touch people's hearts. Um, but it's only because of the people. Like, the music wouldn't even be alive if it wasn't for the people. So I feel great about my music connecting people, but I feel even greater about that people are actually seeking each other out, seeking the music, finding themselves in the music, because they are the ones who do all the work. Like, they make the music magic. Without the people, it's just sound waves, but with the people, it becomes emotion and meaning. It's like magic, I think so. I'm, but I'm very touched by it. But I couldn't do it with, like, it's something we all do together, I think.
You talk about magic. I would like about the prestige, about all the process to do the magic. How was the creative process for doing and producing this record?
Oh, it was so fun. I love making albums. It's my favorite thing to do in the whole world, and it makes me feel so alive and in touch with why I'm here, because it's hard sometimes as a human to understand, like, but what's the point? Why am I here? And it's so hard to live. Why do we do it every day? But I understand why I'm here when I make albums. So it's my favorite thing. And I love it so much. And I had the best time. I rented a small castle in this small place in Norway. It's like 2 hours by boat. So you have to jump on a boat in Bergen, my town, and you sit on the boat for 2 hours. Then you come to this small place with these huge mountains, and in the middle of the mountains, this small castle. And inside that castle, I made this album, The Gods We Can Touch. So it was a very magical and very spiritual experience.
Are you being serious with me? Because as you are describing this castle and the travel to get into the place, I'm thinking that it's like the magical place to make this magical music. So maybe it's like an illusion. Uh, Sometimes you can invite me to go to this castle and to be a witness of this kind of process.
Yes, of course. See.
It will be great. You were saying that sometimes you could be the feeling the toughness of the world. Do you have some kind of recipe to the people that are listening to us to get along with the hard times?
Well, if the world becomes too sad, then put on some music, and the sadness will be a bit beautiful, like when you see it in a movie. And if the world is too loud, you have to sit on a bus every day to work, I would put on some noise cancelling to just make it go really quiet in your head. I really like that, and that helps me a lot to shut out the overwhelmingness of the world. But the world is also very tough, and sometimes it's just overwhelming to be a human in the first place. But you know what I do when I get demotivated, when I feel small and unimportant, and like I'm not doing anything, and I want to do something. I want to do what the world expects of me, but I can't because I'm too sad, or I don't have the energy, because it's hard to find the energy when you're feeling a bit depressed. Then I tell myself that it's okay to be depressed. It's okay if this is life right now or for a year, because life is very long, and it's okay if right now I'm not doing so great. Right now it actually sucks quite a lot, but it will pass strangely one day. And I don't know, I like all the experiences life have, even grief. I like to be able to be born in the first that I'm born in the first place, and that I get to experience anything until we die and we're gone forever, you know. And when you can't do anything else but just lie in bed, I wouldn't be too concerned, because that's okay too. And we don't always have to do a lot. We don't have to be successful or be funny or pretty or get dressed, or, you know, we don't have to do all of those things all the time. It's okay that some days all you do is survive. And that's good enough. That's like the whole point of life, isn't it? Because so you're still a successful human being, even if that's the only thing you can do.
I have to say that I'm amazed about your cleverness and your wisdom. Wisdom. I am really amazed, and I'm seeing you, and I'm seeing you are as cozy as your home. I can see that this is like a warm environment, and I have to say also that as I'm seeing and hearing, listening to your thoughts, and I'm trying to combine it with your music. How do you hear? How do you listen your music in your home? Do you hear it on your headphones? Do you hear it like in a party? How it's a normal day listening music on Aurora's home?
Well, I actually don't listen to music so much, which I know is horrible because I need people to listen to my music. But I don't listen to music too much because I write music all the time. So it's hard to find time to listen to music when it's in your head all the time, you know. But when I listen to music, I like to listen to like some very warm bossa nova or something, like when I cook, or I listen to like really rave music, and I have it on my earphones, and I dance a lot in my apartment. I'm too afraid to put on loud music because I'm afraid to bother my neighbors. But I do listen to loud music on my ears a lot, and I dance a lot alone in my house here on the floor. And because I love dancing and I love having like parties for myself.
My time is running out, but now I have a doubt. Are you really a good cook? Do you like to cook? What kind of dishes do you do? And you can say, this is a perfect dish that I know the recipe.
Well, I am okay. Well, I am good at flavors. You know, I'm good at making good food with a lot of spice. I don't cook like a white lady, okay? I cook good. I have flavor, and I cook with like spice, and it's not only like salt and pepper, which is horrible. Um, so I love like really having all the flavors and a lot of colors, but I'm very forgetful. So I often forget that I'm cooking when I'm cooking. So often everything I make burns, and I have to throw it or eat like just burnt food, which isn't so good. But I am in theory very good at cooking. I just very often burn things because I'm very clumsy. So yeah.
So to finish this conversation, if you have to compare your last record with a kind of flavor, what would it be?
Oh, well, either like red wine or red wine or something spicy. Maybe just chili and red wine. Maybe like a margarita with chili around the edge.
Well, I would eat that kind of dish and that combination. Aurora, it was really great to be with you in this conversation this morning. I think for you it's like an afternoon, but it was great.
Oh, it was wonderful for me as well, Gonzalo, and thank you for your time and thank you for having me.
Thank you very much, and God bless you.
God bless you too.
Bye.
Bye. Oh, so sweet.
Hey, Aurora, how are you?
Hello, Danielle. I'm okay. How are you?
See you. I love your earrings.
Oh, thank you. They were really cheap.
They look beautiful.
Thank you.
They go also with your Christmas tree.
Yeah, I know. I thought about it. They kind of match. Well, it's actually because my sister has a child now,
Oh, nice.
small baby. He's like a few
Oh,
months old, and if he gets a bit like,
yeah.
I pick him up and take him to the tree,
Oh, and
and he gets like,
oh my God, yes.
so I have to keep the tree up all year, I think, for him.
I think so. Yeah, it's gonna be like my baby loves Christmas trees too. Yeah. So we should have the next media outlet here any second. Okay.
Yeah,
Yes, give me.
it's
Hi,
still, we are still like 2 minutes. Hello,
how
Sergio,
are
how
you?
are you?
How are you doing?
I'm terrific.
What time is on Norway?
It's 5 in the afternoon.
But I see more light than the other time.
Yes,
The
I know.
interviews it was more dark.
I know. It changes because it was really dark. Now it's half past, it's 20 minutes over 5. And earlier this year, it was already getting really, really dark then. No, it was completely dark.
Yeah.
Well, it's
But
starting. The time changes like in a couple of weeks. No, like in 2 weeks maybe.
yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Which
Yeah.
is sad because when the time change comes, a lot of people get depressed
Oh, really?
because they have to wake up even earlier, or it feels like you have to wake up even earlier in the morning,
Yeah.
and that
Close.
makes like they see more suicide the day after the time change than all year.
Wow.
And around Christmas, of course, and but it's like you can really see that more people are really sad. It's really bad.
I would imagine it would be different because there's more light now, right? Like there's more
Mm.
daytime.
Yeah, for Norway it is kind of good, but still, I don't know. I think it messes with people. I think it's because of the mornings they become even, because then it's even darker in the morning, but then it's more light in the evening,
Yeah.
and soon we'll have no darkness at all. In like 2 months, it will be almost bright all day.
Yeah.
It's very
How many
strange.
hours of light do you get?
When
What?
in the summer,
The summer, yeah.
I think around 21, 22, and then we have like 2 or 3 hours of slightly dark, and then but no more than that.
That's crazy. And what do you do? Blackouts?
We have to have really thick curtains or like sleep with those masks on.
Yeah. It's crazy. Okay,
It
Juan.
is crazy. It's really horrible.
Yes, that's insane.
But it feels nice too, because the day feels very long.